Hi, this is Trey Passer. Welcome to Trey Passer Saturday Reviews. As as I talked about in my vlog this morning, I did go see two movies. I did see Spectre, like I said, and I did see the Peanuts movie. I thought I wouldn't be able to because I wanted to get back and get a haircut, which I got. Uh, but there was enough time, so I said screw it, and I couldn't miss the Peanuts. I mean, I grew up with that Charlie Brown. I loved Charlie Brown and the crew, so I had to go see that. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Spectre first, the James Bond movie. This is the fourth outing from Daniel Craig. You can see that. Sorry about the glare, but Spectre. That's Spectre. Oh, you can't see that. Spectre. There you go. I think you can see that. Sorry, the glare. Can't see that. But I saw Spectre first, and again, this is the fourth outing Daniel Craig. And if you've seen the trailer, you basically know the basic concept of this movie. The movie kind of has a great opening title sequence with James Bond being in in Mexico during the Day of the Dead festival. And let's just say that sequence, that opening sequence, is absolutely fantastic. It's riveting, uh, and it kind of ties in to the plot, like you see in the trailer. James Bond went there on his own and without authorization, and he gets suspended. And also at the same time, M is dealing with the fact that there's a new organization that's coming on, and they really want to basically get rid of MI6 and the 007 program. They think it's ancient, and they have this new technology, and they really want to bring it into the 21st century, as it were. They want to modernize it and not have these agents in the field. They want to have this system where they have all access to, all these countries agree they have access to all these things and building 24/7, and they really want to do that. And James Bond is on his own mission. He's basically trying to find out um, this cryptic message from Skyfall. He gets this information from Skyfall, as you see in the trailer, from Moneypenny that they recovered, and it kind of leads him off into this cryptic message, which he has to try to track down this organization, the secret organization called, that everybody knows. This is the title of the movie, Spectre. Okay, and Spectre is actually tied into, basically they try to tie it in to, I guess, to basically all of the Daniel Craig movies. That's what they basically try to do, and it succeeds somewhat, not quite, because if you think about it, uh, when you see the movie, it kind of doesn't make sense if you go back and look at the other movies. I know they try to tie it in, but I don't think it quite works the way they want it to. Although I, give them an A for effort, but I don't think it quite ties in the way they want it to tie in. But anyway, I thought Daniel Craig was great as James Bond. I know they said this is his last movie, and they kind of say that he kind of hates the point now. He hates the part now, which I I love Daniel Craig as James Bond. I thought from the beginning, from Casino Royale, he kind of reminded me of Sean Connery's Bond. A real badass, tough guy that can romance lady, but also can kill you in a minute. Okay, I thought he was just great as Bond. Okay, and he has to track down these things that tie into his past, and also at the same time, there's a secret organization. He has to find out exactly what you know, their motivation, behind all this. And you have Christopher Waltz in it as the main villain, uh, Blofeld. Okay, his motivation isn't quite what I guess what I expected it to be. I know they tied it into James Bond's past, but it doesn't quite work. Is it? But not that the movie isn't enjoyable to me. I think it is. I think the movie's a little too long, though. I mean, it's about 2 hours and 28 minutes. They could have cut about a half hour off the movie, I think. But I enjoyed the movie anyway, regardless. I think besides those little quibbles, I think the movie is enjoyable. I was riveted to the movie and wanted to see how it played out. And I think Danny Craig did a good job as James Bond, and also Ralph Fiennes as M. Okay, he's a little bit more active in this movie. Of course, then you have what's called Moneypenny. What's her name? Naomi Harris. Her part was kind of small, not that much to do. And Leah Sadok, she plays the blonde, hold on, what's her name? Her character's name, Madeline Swan, who James Bond has to kind of protect, and her relations ties into the whole main plot, which I don't want to spoil. Okay, and Dave Bautista plays what does he play? He plays Hinks, I guess the the bad guy, basically tries to kill James Bond a couple of times, and his part really isn't. I mean, I guess his part could have been played by anybody, really. I mean, he's just a guy that doesn't say anything at all, but just chases after Bond and stuff. And although I do think the fight that he had with James Bond in the train was fantastic. I love the way they shot that. I thought was fantastic. But overall, like I said, this movie I did find it enjoyable. A little bit too long, okay. And I know, like I said, they try to tie it into all the other Bond movies, okay. And I think that didn't quite work. Because if you look back at the movies and what happened in those movies, it doesn't make sense the way they try to tie it into this movie. That's just my opinion about that. But nevertheless, I still enjoyed it. Okay, and I'm really sad. This is Daniel Craig's last Bond movie. I thought he plays the part incredibly well. Okay, and he didn't look bored to me. But I'm gonna give Spectre a 7.8. Not quite an 8. I would have given it an 8 if it was a little bit shorter. Okay, and like I said, trying to tie it all in together didn't quite work to me, at least. But like I said, I still enjoyed it, and so I'm gonna give it a 7.8. And if I'm gonna rank all the Daniel Craig's Bond movies, I'm gonna go like Casino Royale would be first, then Skyfall, then this one, and then Quantum of Solace. That's the way I would rank them. Okay, so again, I'm gonna give it a 7.8. I enjoyed it. Again, it was a little bit long. Okay, if I could have cut a good 20 minutes, maybe the half hour off of it, but I still enjoyed it, and I like James Bond and Christopher Waltz. His character, he's a good actor, but again, his character's motivation, I just wasn't buying it. But that's just me. Okay, so let's move on to the second movie that I saw, which was The Peanuts, which I love The Peanuts. I read the comics, as a kid. Read the comic strip, saw the specials on TV. Absolutely love Charlie Brown, Linus, Lucy, Pigpen. Just all the characters is fantastic. In this movie, Peanuts. So I saw it in 3D too. You can see that, Peanuts. Yeah, there you go, Peanuts. There you go. I saw it in 3D. Okay, and basically this story, as you've seen the trailer, it's Charlie Brown, the lovable loser who's always losing, who always tries to fly a kite that never works, tries to win a baseball game, never wins. Okay, he constantly gets picked on, but he has one loyal friend, and it's his dog, Snoopy, who's always there for him. And when he's not there for Charlie Brown, he's off to his own adventures, chasing the Red Baron. Okay, and you have Charlie Brown's best friend, Linus. You have Schroeder, Pigpen, Marcy, Peppermint Patty. I love all of them. And basically in this movie, you have Charlie Brown, again, trying to change the narrative of his life, trying to be more assertive and try to be a winner. And, of course, the little redhead girl who moves in next door to him, and of course, he immediately is smitten with her and tries to do, things to change himself, to make himself better in hopes, of, catching her eye. And I love this movie. They did a really good job. I think the son and the grandson wrote the movie, of course, with somebody else. But this movie is absolutely fantastic. I had a grin on my face the whole way through. It was just it just brought up all the memories of seeing, reading the comic strips and seeing the specials and stuff. And the voice work is fantastic. Getting the kids, they just sounded just like it always sounded like to me. The kids, they have just a certain way of speaking that I had a big grin on my face watching it. Lucy's irritable as usual. You got to give her the nickel for her to give the advice to Charlie Brown. You have Linus, trying to give Charlie Brown advice, and you have Peppermint Patty, who's always hilarious. Her and Marcy, who cracks me up, always calling her sir. And you have what's her name? Who's in love with? Oh yeah, you have Schroeder, who always plays the piano, and who's Lucy. is in love with. And what's her name? Oh yeah, you have Sally, Charlie Brown's little sister, who's always, you know, in love with Linus, and all those things. And you have Pigpen, the dirty kid. And you have all those things that they just showed you, you know, all those little things, those little quirks of all the different characters, and it just made me smile as a, you know, and it was funny. Animation was great. The 3D was great. I thought it was fantastic, and it just brought back all those childhood memories to me, and it just made me have a big grin on my face watching this. And I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. They did a great, fantastic job capturing the whole spirit of those old, you know, Peanuts cartoons. And it's just, like I said, I can't wait. Hopefully they'll make more movies. And I absolutely love this. And what can you say about Snoopy? Snoopy is absolutely fantastic. Of course, him always trying to be there for Charlie Brown, but of course going off on his own little adventures, trying to fight the Red Baron. And I thought they did a great job of doing that. And it was just a fantastic movie. The only thing that they didn't have in there, which I would have loved if they would have did the Joe Cool character of Snoopy, when Snoopy plays Joe Cool. I thought that's to me, I love that when he does Joe Cool with the shades and stuff. But he was there with, of course, Woodstock, of course, and having their various adventures. It just, like I said, it brought a big smile on my face. And Charlie Brown trying to, you know, change his life, trying to be better. And you can't help but empathize with Charlie Brown and want him to succeed. Okay, it's just that kind of character. And thank you, Charles Schulz, for creating the character and all these characters, because it just brings a big smile on my face. I absolutely love the Peanuts. Okay, so I'm gonna give this movie, which I absolutely loved, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I absolutely love this movie. I wouldn't change a thing about it except maybe the Joe Cool part. But other than that, I loved it. I love the way the characters acted in this. I love the animation, the voice work in this. Just absolutely fantastic. I can't say more than that. Go see it. You know, I'm an older guy, but take your kids to see it. They'll enjoy it as well. Just because it's something that you can relate to. You know, everybody can relate to it, and it's just I can't say much more than that. It's just fantastic. Go see it. Okay, so Peanuts, an 8.5 for me. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. One of my favorite movies of the year. Okay, just brought a big grin to my face. Okay, and back to Spectra, a 7.8. I'm gonna give it a 7.8. The movie's a little long. Okay, and I didn't quite buy Blofeld's motivation in this movie, but again, I like Daniel Craig, and I thought the opening sequence was absolutely fantastic in this movie, and I like, you know, Daniel Craig. I like the character of Bond, so I like, you know, this, like I said, the story was okay, but it's, again, I didn't buy Blofeld's motivation. Okay, and I know they try to tie it all in, try to tie in all the movies together. Okay, but if you watch the movie, you know what I mean when I say it doesn't quite make sense. Okay, without spoiling it. Okay. Anyway, that's my reviews of those two movies. Let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below. And this is Trey Passer saying so long and take care.